Now, I was sitting there talking to this guy about cheating. Hey, how it made no sense this person was still cheating on the person that he claimed he loved. It was quite remarkable because it was so stupid. I'm like, you love this person. Why are you cheating? Seriously, it made perfect common sense to me. If you love this person, why are you cheating? They didn't know. They couldn't give you an answer. They didn't have a reason. They just did it out of boredom, which is the worst excuse I ever heard in my life. I was bored. And I don't know, man. It was just boring, man. And the other girl, man, she was just there. And I was just going, man, it just happened. Dude, cheating is so played right now. It really is. And there's so much disease out here, and y'all act like it don't exist. That stuff is crazy, man. So stop cheating before it's too late. Because see, the worst thing you could do is cheat on somebody you actually love. Yeah, see, you actually love them, but you're cheating on them, which makes it foolish. Cheating on somebody you love is the worst thing you could ever do, because hurting that person and you can't get her back, but you still love her, that's going to hurt you even more. That's why you're going to be, baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. But if you loved her, why would you do that? Why would you victimize and sacrifice all that? Do you know the hardest thing in the world is getting someone to love you back? Genuinely love you? That is the hardest thing in the world. I've had it, because I never knew how rare it was. I had some women that genuinely loved me completely, would jump in front of a train for me. And I don't know what happened to them, but I know I pushed them away because it wasn't fair to them. I'm like, I'm not where you want me to be. You're looking at couple, rest of our lives, me and you, all this. You want to be a couple. I can tell right now. And I don't want to be a couple. That's the reason I didn't want to be a couple, because her heart and everything with her, she was ready for commitment, 9 to 5, me and you to the end. But I would never cheat on her. I would let her know how I feel and then end it the way it's supposed to be. What you don't do is continuously mislead a woman's feelings because you don't know how to express yourself. Now you've just lied to yourself. You just created this whole vortex of nonsense that the rest of the world has to deal with. It's sad. It's really pathetic. And I'm ashamed that men are moving like this. I really am. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, these are the things that's going to be holding you back. No, the girl name was Melissa. The one that she went out. Her man used to go to work. He worked at the bar. So he got to go to work at, his shift started like 8 p.m. Or they'll do 9 to close. Or they do from 9 to 3 a.m. So he'll start going into the bar. You know, go in there, the bartend, do what he got to do. She'll go creep out and go kick it with her friends. Because she like to go get drunk. That's where he met her, the bar. She would go to the bar. She knows he gets off at 3. She'll go out and kick it from, say he got to be to work at 9. About 9:30, she's out the house. So she's out partying all night. And then by the time it's like 1 o'clock or 2, she's already at home. He comes down and she's like, oh, I went out earlier. So she goes out to another bar, don't go to his bar, meets another guy. She hits it off with him. They start screwing around. And she would go home after go screwing around with this guy. So she would go meet him at the bar, have a couple of drinks. They would go to his house, drink some more. And then he'll sleep with her. And then he's right back at home. They kept this pattern going for so long, nobody suspected anything. So now, the bartender, he's thinking he's got the right girl. So he's got the day off. They going out to the bar where he works. And that guy just happened to walk into that bar. He had no idea she had another man. So he just walked up to her like, hey, what the F? You just gonna play me in my face? And the guy's like, hey man, this is my girl. You know, naturally, that was his girl. And he's like, your girl? Dude, like I sleep with this girl like 5 times a week, you know? So it all blew up in their face, and you know, both guys decided not to deal with her, but then her previous boyfriend went back out with Melissa. But Melissa was a wreck, you know, and she just couldn't stop cheating. So she cheated with this other guy who worked at this plant, and she now has hepatitis. So I'm telling you, you gotta be careful out here, man. It's not just women, it's everybody. And because everybody has their own plight of what they want to do and how they're going to do it and all of this blah blah blah, you know, it's a whole different world. You feel me? It's a different world for everybody. Now, when they start making observations about who's the realest, who's this, who does this right, who does this wrong, hopefully they come to the right conclusions. But if they don't, then you already know what time it is. Oh man, come on. There's so much going on, it's nuts. Well, it's like this. It's like looking the gift horse in the mouth, right? How long are you going to do that for before you wake up and realize I'm screwing up? For years, they were independent. You know that word, independent? For years, man, independent. So now, all of these people keep making these crazy observations about what they think and what they believe. Now, granted, All of the people that's there believe in their best interest that they're doing what's right. But what they don't realize is that they're not doing what's right. They failed. You know why? Because the person that they're supposed to be looking out for is looking at them like losers. Like, what the hell are y'all doing here? Y'all don't have a clue. And that's the problem. These guys just don't know what's going on. Everybody just want to sleep around and cheat. They just do it just because they bored. Like I told you, none of it makes sense, bro. People doing things just because they bored and doing it straight out of boredom, it's pathetic. It's literally pathetic. Yeah, what's next? If somebody do something to get a rise out of you and you fall victim to it, who is that going to reflect more on? You. So you going out cheating, especially if it's a person you love, male or female, it reflects badly and poorly on you and your choices. You know right from wrong. You're a grown individual. No one has to tell you what's right and what's wrong. You know that. You're grown. Nobody has to look at you and tell you, hey man, this here is the way to do it. This is the way not to do it. You know that. You're a grown man. But the problem is you got people running around like savages. They got the music promoting it, telling you you're a savage. Just run out and do whatever. So the women start doing it. Now they think they players. They supposed to do this. Now they rolling around. Just sleeping with whoever. Now why would they do that? Because y'all made it possible. Now I know what y'all gonna say. Okay, that's made possible, but what's next? Because you're immature and not ready for relationships, you just jump right into sex, and you have these emotional, unstable men who can't deal with rejection. They start putting their hands on women, tearing their clothes, stalking them. And now it's getting worse and worse. Some even taking their own lives. So these have become the dynamics of what we do. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Knew a co-worker, thought it'd be cool, cheat on his girl with another girl that worked there. Well, he found out real quick. As I told him, old philosophy, don't eat where you eat. Meaning, don't date women in the workplace, especially if you already got a girl. So, him and his girl live together. He come home one night. She smelled a perfume, and she's like, why do you smell like this? He makes up an excuse. Like, oh, the girl I work with, she wear a lot of perfume. She was like, well, she get close enough for you, on you like this, so it could be on you so much. So he told her, you're going to have to lay off the perfume. My girl, she knows he has a girl. Some of these women just don't care. It's more to chase. He's going to choose me over you. So the girl at the job was trying to get him to choose her. She don't want to be the other girl. She wants to be the girl. So what does she do? She has her girlfriend calls his house anonymously, talks to his girl and says, yeah, you need to leave him because he's sleeping with another girl on the job, at that job, and blah, blah, blah. Her name is this. I'm just letting you know, I'm looking out, girl. She's trying to blow it up for her so that he'll be stuck and have no choice but to be with her. So he's like, who did somebody from the job did this? So he thinking somebody from the job did it. So he thinking about all the people that don't like him. Who would call his wife? Well, not his wife, but his girl that he lived with. Call his house and tell her what's going on. So he started blaming a whole guy who was innocent. And dude was like, I don't know why he looking at me. We gonna fight. Sure enough. Nothing but problems. Over and over. Yep. So let that sink in, because it caused a big fight at the job. His girl came up to the job, beat the girl up, beat him up. And she didn't break up with him. But yeah, that was over for her. That girl ended up quitting. She didn't last long. So let that sink in. Stop cheating.